What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And in today's video, I want to show you guys a free tool that you can use to find super reliable levels of support and resistance. And not only that, this tool makes it absolutely effortless. And you can bet your bottom dollar that these are pretty strong levels because they're not just pulling these levels out of nowhere. They're actually Fibonacci levels. I'm going to show you guys where to find this tool, how to get it on your chart, and how to use it to find those key levels that might be a good place to start looking for either long positions or short positions. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and click that notification bell so you don't miss any of these great tutorials or urgent market updates that we upload to the channel. Now, if you guys have been watching the channel for some time, you may remember way back in the day, I uploaded a few videos on how to use Fibonacci levels. And not only that, I've also made videos about Gann fans, which are kind of like Fibonacci levels drawn in a different way. And if you missed those videos, I'll go ahead and link them in the description down below. Now, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys this free tool that is actually a Fibonacci tool that can pull fib levels onto your chart with absolute ease. There's no more trying to hunt for the actual bottom of the wick or having to use the magnet tool to get the perfect wick to wick and find the highs and find the lows. This actually makes it super easy to automatically pull Fibonacci levels, and you can pull regular Fibonacci retracements, you can pull Fibonacci fan levels, spirals, arcs, and much, much more. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the charts. Let's get into it. So guys, here we are on the BLX, which, if you don't know, is the Brave New Coin Liquid Index, which basically just shows Bitcoin's price action from inception to current date. Now, to get this tool on your chart, one thing you're going to actually want to do first is find a significant high and a significant low that you want to pull these levels from. Don't worry, you can move them after you find this area. However, once you click on the indicator, you're going to have to select your high and your low, so you won't be able to drag your chart around. So to get this tool onto your charts, you're going to want to come up to your indicators tab, go ahead and click that, and you're going to want to search for Fibonacci. And then once you search Fibonacci, you're going to want to scroll down and you're going to be looking for Fibonacci Toolkit. And yes, this is a free indicator that comes from LUX ALGO. So you're going to want to make sure you're clicking on the LUX ALGO one. You can go ahead and check off your star here if you want to add it to your favorites, which I'm going to do. And then you go ahead and click once on the indicator, and then you can exit out of your indicators tab. For this example, I'm going to go ahead and select the bottom of the March 2020 crash, which is right here, as our low, and then I'm going to pick our high that we made here in April of 2021 as our significant high. And then once you go ahead and click one more time, you'll see these fib levels actually pop up on your chart. This is very similar to actually pulling your fib level manually, but what this does is it automatically plots it for you. So you can see right here, you have these fib levels popping up on your chart. And just by first glance, obviously, these are going to be respected for the most part. You can see we respected this as resistance. We almost got down here for a bounce, but we did get resistance right here. And then we played around with this blue level right here. And then we held this level as support. I don't think we have to go back and back test this. These are fib levels, so you can see, I mean, they really are respected for the most part. You know, nothing's ever 100%, but you can see all the times that we've respected these levels. You can see a perfect bounce right here. Perfect bounce, perfect bounce. So they are respected a perfect tap at this level as well. And now we are actually fighting up to try and get through this level that we're seeing right here. Now, this is your typical Fibonacci retracement, but not only does this tool pull regular fib levels, but if you come up here and double click on the indicator, you will open up your settings and you'll see right here at the top it says Fibonacci. So let's go ahead and dig through some of the actual features of this indicator because the retracements are just the beginning. This also can pull Fibonacci arcs for you. Now, I will preface this, I don't typically use arcs or circles or spirals or time zone. I typically use the retracement feature and the fan feature. The fan feature is really what I want to focus on here because I do look at spider lines a lot, and if you watch the channel, you guys will know what the spider lines are. But this tool is able to pull these Fibonacci fans that are very similar to spider lines, but you can use it on any time frame, and you can pull it on any asset, and it's super, super fast and easy. If you go ahead and click on arcs, you can see it does wonk out the chart just a little bit, but you can see the levels are respected. Now, again, I don't typically use arcs. I typically use the fan, but I just want to run through some of these. You can also get the Fibonacci circles. Again, not something I really use, but what I want to focus on here is the fan. Now, if you click on fan, this is going to look pretty familiar to anybody who saw my Gone Fan video, and this is very, very similar. Now, you can see here, if we zoom in just a little bit, you can see these levels are also respected pretty well. You can see we held this as support, then we rejected it, and then we came down, we got support, we got support, we got support, came back up, almost held this level, kind of danced around this level right here, and then you see we get a perfect rejection, came up to test it one more time, got rejected, came down, played around with this level, shot through these, got a little bounce here, shot through, got a little rejection here, came down, tapped these levels, so on and so forth. This is pretty self-explanatory. You guys are going to have to take my word or just see by example that these levels are pretty dang strong. And if you want to go ahead and move the levels around and you want to go from a different swing low to a different swing high, you could just go ahead and grab these little bars and slide this to a new low. Let's say you wanted to actually move this, we'll just say, to the bottom of the 2018 bear market. We could go ahead and zoom out and drag this all the way to the bottom of the 2018 bear market and just let go, and it will redraw your levels. And you can see right here, again, very, very respected and super, super easy to draw. So this is a super, super easy to use and pretty powerful tool to get some quick levels on your chart to help you find some confluence with maybe some of your other TA or some of your other levels that you have on your chart. Let's go ahead and go into bar replay mode, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull some of these levels and then play through the price action and see how well these levels are respected. This is the bottom of the 2018 bear market, and then this is our fake out 2019 bull market that we had, and I'm going to use this area in the chart as an example. So I'm going to come here, I'm going to pull up the Fibonacci toolkit from LUX ALGO, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull from the bottom of this bear market all the way to our peak of that 2019 bull market. And you can see, obviously, we get these nice levels to the downside. So let's go ahead and move some price action ahead and see if these levels are respected. And right there, as you can see right away, we came down to this 382 fib level, and it absolutely respected it as support and got a bounce to the upside. And as we play through the price action, you can see that these levels do actually get respected. We are sticking right here to the 0.5 level, now getting a bounce. And I don't want to really harp on this too much, but you can just see, there we go, we smashed through all of them. Obviously, support and resistance is not going to work 100% of the time. Otherwise, we would just be bouncing off the same levels constantly. But you could see how they kind of work. They work just like any other fib levels, but let's go ahead and double click on our indicator again and go ahead and change this to the fan. And let's go ahead and see how these levels are respected. And we're coming up to some resistance right here, getting a little bit of a bounce to the downside. And now you can see we're making our way up right to that next level, and we immediately got a little bit of a rejection. Now, we did not dump completely to the downside, but you can see how perfectly that level was respected. We came up, tapped it, little rejection, then we broke past it. Now we're bullishly retesting it. So if we zoom in to the daily time frame, that previous time frame was the weekly, you could see we came up, tapped it, got rejected, came back up, held it as support for a little bit before breaking back down below it. And again, you can pull these fib levels from any swing high to swing low, any significant swing high to swing low. So let's go back one more time and let me show you, using other indicators, how you can use this tool to find some really good trades. So guys, here we are back in bar replay mode, and you can see our fan levels are here. And for anyone curious, we are still coming from the March 2020 lows all the way to the April 2021 highs. Now, let's just go ahead and say you're watching some price action here. You can see that we are playing with a serious level of support and resistance here, which is one of those fan levels. And we also have the BitLab Market Intelligence Indicator, which does point out divergences, which is really, really helpful when finding out when price is likely to correct to the upside or downside, especially when you're combining it with strong levels of support and resistance. So if we move time forward here just a little bit, you could see we made a high right here. And as we move time forward, you can see we put in a slightly higher high right here, giving us on market intelligence a list of bearish divergences. We have a histogram, RSI, stochastic momentum, and MFI bearish divergence being alerted here on the BitLab market intelligence indicator. And if we bring up the significant movements indicator, you can see we are getting a slight top signal right here with that red wave. If you guys don't know how to read these indicators and you want to get them or try them out, I do have videos explaining how to use all of these, but this is a top signal when you get these red waves and you have 5 different bearish divergences, and we know this is a key level that we may actually lose to the downside. With that confirmation, we could expect a move to the downside, and obviously we're in bar replay mode, so we know it's going to break to the downside. But there you go. You know this is going to be a strong level of resistance. We rejected it once when we played on it for a little bit and lost it to the downside pretty big. It acted as support pretty well down here. And one of the reasons this is an important level is because this is the level that we flipped basically in the beginning of the 2021 bear market. And we know this is also a very strong level because this is actually the level that we flipped at the beginning of our 2021 bull run. So we would expect if we lost this level, it would be a pretty big fall. And we know that because this indicator is giving us this strong level, as well as the bearish divergences and the top signal on the significant movements. And if you're using LUX Algo Premium, you can see we actually did get a strong sell signal right here on LUX Algo Premium, adding even more confluence. And I really like to use the trend catcher feature on LUX Algo Premium. Now, this is a paid indicator, but I know a lot of the CandleMafia does use this, so I just figured I'd throw it into this video. And you can see not only did you get the 5 bear divs on market intelligence, which is almost a big enough signal in itself, then you get the sell signal from LUX Algo, and on top of that, your trend catcher turns red, letting you know if you wanted to be a little more conservative and more on the safe side, you could wait for those multiple signals, and after you actually reject that fan level, and boom, you actually get a move down for about 32%. We are on the daily time frame, so this does take a while to play out, but it is a good example of how well respected these levels are, and when combined with other indicators and other forms of TA to give you those multiple levels of confluence, this tool can really add some good confluence to your trades. And just for fun, I'll go ahead and play the price action forward, and we can see if these levels continue to get respected. Boom, we got a little bounce there before losing it, and then we got rejected from it again, and we came up for another test. And again, right here, as we tested this level again, you can see we put a high, a higher high. BitLab Market Intelligence is letting you know that there's a histogram bearish divergence. You come down a little bit, you get the confirmation of the sell signal on LUX Algo, and then the trend catcher turns red, and we absolutely dump. And in hindsight, guys, you can see if you were watching these levels in the grand scheme of things, you would have been seeing price come up to this, what you know as a strong fan level, and we put that bearish divergence in. And if you were able to see those multiple confirmations between the bearish divergences, the sell signal on LUX Algo Premium, and the trend catcher turning red, as well as that key level of resistance of the fan, you would have been able to catch the top of the market and know that that might have been a good time to take some profits on your long-term holdings and maybe get ready to go short for the bear market, which obviously we are in the deep depths of. So guys, go hit the charts, get this free indicator onto your charts, and go ahead and test the levels yourself. See if they're reliable. See if you like the retracement levels or the fan levels, or maybe you like the spiral or the circles. It's completely up to you and up to your personal preference. And don't forget, if you guys want to check out any of the other indicators like LUX Algo Premium or the BitLab Trading Suite, go ahead and check out the links in the description down below. We always work to try to get the CandleMafia the best discount possible. So if you want to save some money, go ahead and use those links, and it helps keep us up and running at the channel so I can keep this content coming for you guys. And with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Frankie Candles out.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Mask down, put the